Welcome to another edition of DX Engineering Videos. We're here today at the Crown Plaza in downtown Dayton, Ohio. This is during Contest University. Contest University is sponsored by ICOM America and DX Engineering. And we're very, very pleased to have a special guest with us this afternoon. It's John Dorr, K1AR. Hello, John.
Howdy, glad to be here.
John, you know, you have a lot of things that you do in amateur radio, but a lot of people don't know how you got started. What lit the fire for the young K1AR?
Well, two things I guess I would say is that first of all, the fire really never went out, the fire that did get lit, but it started out in Field Day in 1969, and I was at the time a shortwave listener. And I was intrigued by the fact that there were a group of people in the world who all actually didn't just listen, but actually talked to the people as well. And me being a talker kind of guy, it just seemed like a good thing to learn more about. I was about 12 or 13 years old. My dad worked for Litton Industries at the time, and they had a ham club at his place of work. Mm-hmm. And they did a big field day every year. And he heard about it and signed up and brought me along. I went to Field Day, W2 Yankee X-ray, mm-hmm. and I went inside the tent. There was a Collins S-line sitting there on a table with the glowing tubes, and at that moment, I was hooked wow. Forever.
Wow. And so you've had an amazing work career. I mean, was amateur radio part of that?
Well, I think so. I think a lot of us in those days kind of started our career paths thinking we were going to be super engineers, because that was kind of the path with ham radio. As I got into it, I learned pretty quickly that I was not a super engineer, but I certainly had an aptitude for customers and that side of the business, and that's really what I built my career on ever since.
And so your home station is pretty simple.
It is indeed. I've kind of elected in recent years to not go through all of the rigor to put up a big station and all that, because there's a few others around that seem to be available from time to time on selected weekends. And so I've had a lot of fun, particularly over the past 10 years, just playing around with wires and discovering that even with wires and trees, you can do some pretty amazing things.
So you are also, you know, we talk a lot about the World Radio Team Championship. And back in 1990, when the first WRTC happened in Seattle, you won the gold medal.
Yeah, that was, I was partnering with Doug Grant, K1DG, and nobody there knew what we were really doing, because it was the first one. There was no peer event. So to some degree, I think all of us were kind of winging it. New rules, new concept, everything about it was new. And you add on top of that the fact that this is really the first time that people had gotten together from the East and the West. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I'll never forget was the first time I met Willie, who's now UA9BA, watching him get off that bus, and we just embraced each other in a way that was so genuine and so real, and it was just that part of ham radio that, as I like to say, never makes the box score.
Yeah. Now, how cool is that? Well, John, thanks very much for coming in and talking to us today. You have a great story, and we wish you well in the future, and I hope to hear you on the bands. And thanks to all of you for watching another edition of DX Engineering Videos.